Namaste, guys. Hello, hello, hello. Phoenix here. Just got out of a nice bath. Let me talk to y'all about. I just went through a serious dark night of the soul. I don't know. You all know I come on here and just tell y'all the truth, okay? It's just what it is, you know. We talk about spiritual stuff, you know. I let y'all know what's going on with me so that you guys are not in the dark about what's happening in the spiritual realm, you know, what upgrades we may be not quite seeing and how to see them, you know, what needs to be cleared in order to see the activation that's being presented to you, okay? You know I talk about that. And shit can get real. I'm just being honest. Shit can get mad real. And so the angel number I got was 519. And if you Google that angel number, it proves what I'm talking about, okay? And I remember I told you all earlier about the movie Natalie Portman, Annihilation. And at the end, when she was like, that thing, shadow thing, was trying to like smother her, it was moving when she moved, it was doing what she do, right? That happened in my dream, and I hadn't watched that movie in at least 2 years. And that's what happened to me today. 1:44 my time. This shit is hilarious. Damn, this water good. I had to laugh at myself in the bath. The ancestor that I had, 2 ancestors I had with me, was the ancestor, the primordial ancestor of air and water. So you know, my thoughts was whooping my ass and the emotional charge that was with it. And I knew it was mine. It wasn't no need for me. I think in the beginning, like, it started, okay, because this was the first dream I had. And so I knew that I was gonna face this tonight because it happens like that in my dreams. And so, this is so funny. And so, the 2 ancestors, and there was two people with me in my dream watching me while this shadow figure was wrestling. Me and this shadow figure was wrestling, and I could not get this motherfucker off my ass in my dream. And it was a man and a woman standing there, and the woman, she was like, you can take it, like, you got it, you can do it. Like, why are you letting her beat you? And I don't know, I got the sense that it was a mother energy in the dream. And then the man, he was just like, just watching quietly. And so I was laughing in my dream, in my bath, like, oh my goodness, like. But let me tell y'all the thoughts that was coming up. And this started happening 333 on my timer at nighttime. Some nights I can go to bed really good and get a good night's sleep. My thoughts not really, like, I'm not really picking up on collective energy like that. I don't know, it's something about that nighttime energy when the sun go down, like all of that subconscious energies. I think Spirit showed me before, thank you for reminding me, how when people are settled, right, they're not so much, I didn't cry my lashes off. I had to release the energy. And so when people are settling throughout the day, they have time for all of their shit to float up, and it floats up into the ethers. And remember, star children, golden children, we are creation. We are one with creation. So we feel everything the universe feels, right? Because we are one with that, right? And so, oh my God. And so what kept coming up for me was that you can't do that. You can't, it was just basically like, you can't do that. You're not supposed to do that. It felt like like, who do you think you are type energy, right? And this was, I don't readily know where it came from. It could have been past life, okay? At this point, that shit don't even matter no more. It's pointless, okay? It's pointless to know where it comes from. Only thing I know is that this shit needs to be rectified. It needs to be loved. And so I was just like, okay, let me sit with this. Like, and when that water, I don't know something about that water, it'd be burning that shit right up off me, and I have to make myself sit in that bath. And once I'm sitting in the bath, right, and it'll just start coming up. And so the messages was like, I had to love it home. I had to put it in my heart space, put it in my heart space, all of it, all of the inner projections, all of collective ancestral things like that, right? When someone is doing something of their highest good, right? You know, we have a lot of reptilian energy out here, right? And so when you are stepping into your highest space, right? Remember what happened to Ascended Master Yahusha, right? It was giving that much energy. And so I was just like, well, what do you want me to, like, I was just struggling with this. I promise you, I was struggling. And then as I relaxed into it, it just came up. And it was just like, well, my spiritual ego first was like, you don't have to deal with it. You can just let it go. But every time I let it go, it came right back. That's how you will know if something is yours or not, because it came right back. Maybe about 10 minutes later, it was back. Even though it didn't have much of a feel to it, but it was still there. And it was getting on my damn nerves. And it had showed me a vision how my granddaughter was here this summer. And she was a goddamn firecracker. My granddaughter is something else. I would definitely say that. And so when she didn't want to go to sleep at night, I just would let her do her, and I'll fall asleep on her. And then I'll wind up waking up, and I'll wind up waking up. The light keep flickering. I don't know why. I wind up waking up, and she sleep, and she laying on me sleep. And so I just had to learn how to just let her be. I had to accept her, because every time I said, I'm finna call your dad, even though they live in Vegas, so it would be like, it would be like 4 o'clock here, or 2 o'clock, and it was like 10 o'clock there, I think so, like 12 o'clock. And so I wasn't gonna call him. I was threatening her, thinking that would work, because he seems to put fear in them, but apparently not with her. And so that what was coming up for me. It was just like, just love it. And I had to do that like I did with my granddaughter. I just had to let her jump in the damn bed. I have like a low platform bed, and so she wasn't gonna fall too far. One time she almost fell out the damn window. I'm telling you, that girl's a trip. Anyway, I love her. And every time I would say, I'm finna call your dad, she would say, my dad say I'm a good girl. So it's just be like, it was like, if you call my dad or not, he's still gonna take my side, right? And so I just had to I just allowed her. I didn't have no judgment on it. I just let her be her. And that's what I did with this inner conflict, this version of me that has been chastised about knowing things, this inner version of me that has been chastised about just doing things. Just now when Archangel Michael is here, thank you. Just doing things, right? This inner version of me. You know, we internalize a lot of our childhood wounds, right? And that explains the 6 of Cups, right? It just was so funny. And so you know what? I welcomed it. And so I loved it. I just loved her. I allowed her to say what she needed to say. And I just felt so much compassion for her, because she was fussy. And she was just like, hey, you can't do that. You know, when people say you can't do things, right? Like, I don't know how to say that, Spirit. Like, say for instance, if you learn something new, right? And people say you're not supposed to do it that way, you're supposed to do it this way, right? It was giving that type of energy. And I was just like, from the people that I would usually talk to about, this newness that I'm experiencing, when I talk to them and ask them, like, if they're experiencing the same thing, they're like, no, it's not supposed to work like that. And I was just like, I left it alone. I said, oh, okay, well, thank you. I was just calling to see, and then I tried to Google it and YouTube it, and then YouTube went on some dark shit talking about somebody will come back in your body and all this shit. Okay, first of all, when you go to sleep, there's always angels around you protecting you. Your body is never not covered, okay? So that, I don't get into that stuff because that's scare tactics. That's fearful. And if that happened to somebody, it's because they went to sleep, but they had that fear subconsciously, right? And I don't have that fear in me because I know what I am, right? And so I just loved her home, and just kept putting her in my heart space. And then my ancestor said, that's how you do it. The one that was quiet, the one that's associated with air and breath, said, that's how you do it. You just love her home. Don't wrestle with her. Don't fight with her. And I was like, oh, okay. And then it showed me how I'm able to hold space for others in my physical reality when they are feeling sad, when they are going through it, and how I show up for them in the most loving way possible. It was like, and when people are like projecting on me, like I will just put the energy in my heart space, right? I don't know how to say that, but I just had to love her. Like, oh my God, baby, come on, like I had to put her in my heart. Oh, it was just so sad. And I felt so much compassion and so much empathy for her. But before I took the bath, I was gonna go out to this arcade place. It's called the Claw Arcade. I was gonna go out there, and I was asking Nico if he wanted to go with me, and he was like, yeah, we can go. But it was already like 8 o'clock, and they closed at 10. And no shit, I get the vision of, if I was going to go out there, I would have met a guy who would have tried to pursue me and persuade me to do something I would not want to do. I thought that was cute. I'm like, Spirit, men still look at me like that? Like, shut up. Like, I don't know. It was funny. It was cute to me. But, magnetism. So, but let me tell you guys, when you go through the dark night of the soul, allow it, listen to it, put it in your heart. That is the most quickest way you're gonna get through that dark night of the soul. I promise you. Okay, I go through the shits, and I come on here to tell you also, when you go through it, it's not so hard for you. Okay, you have a reference. Y'all know all my readings are timeless. Everything I put up is timeless because we live in a multi-dimensional space, right? And everything is happening simultaneously at once, right? And so timelines are different, right? Everywhere, nothing is really the same, okay? And so, yeah, that was something that was coming up. I'm telling you, that was whipping my ass. I was like, what the fuck? I was trying to distract myself. I laugh at myself because it's low-key funny, like, and I said, damn, Spirit, like, how come I don't be remembering this when this dark night of soul energy come in? Because I don't know, like, why I can't remember to do that, like, to love her, to love it home. I don't know why I can't remember to do that. I'm telling you, it's like when these new abilities start showing themselves to me, like upgrades in my abilities, they start showing themselves. If you all know what I'm talking about, put it in the comment section, okay? Because I'm sure you all have experienced that, or you are experiencing that, and maybe, sometimes that can be the reason we don't progress forward, because we don't know how to handle that dark night of the soul. Empress. Just allow. And the Queen of Swords, the truth will eventually, like, the energy will eventually dissipate. That is so true. But you have to love it. You have to. Okay, and so we have faith here, sacred union, the tree of life. What is the message for the collective? For those who are going through a dark night of the soul. You may not be on this timeline yet, but when you get there, you always can reference this video. So hopefully it'll help you when you go through that dark night or so. Look at this. Banana, I swear, drained. I was, look at this. He trying to cover that thing up. So don't do that to yourselves, okay? Ooh, persistence, guarded, wounded warrior, courage, okay? Oh my God. You know how, like, you can laugh at yourself? The Fool card is here, okay? Take that leap of faith and just take it, okay? When you feel in that energy. Look at this bitch. Untying bonds. Binds. I heard ancestral. Look at that 10 of Wands. I'm not surprised it's there. Untying bonds. End of cycle transformation. Yeah, I'm not surprised. What's the 10 of Wands? I wouldn't be surprised at 6 of Cups. Is that? No. What is this? The 10 of Wands. Oh, heartbreak. I can see that. Heartbreak. From being told you can't do something because the world don't accept it. Wow, thank you for that, Spirit. I definitely could see that, because I was definitely one of that. You know, most of us golden children, we are like that. We get told no a lot, okay? And that's because energies don't want to see us succeed, okay? And especially if we're walking around here with a lot of heavy energy on us, our energy is magnified, it's potent, okay? And the more we keep giving to negative experiences, the more energy we are being drained of, okay? So it can be heartache, right? So say for instance, if there is a overall energy, I believe Rudolf Steiner, no, is it? Yeah, he speaks about the Aramaeus, the archons. He speaks about that energy and how it's like a overall energy that is polarity, the opposite of the light, right? And he states that this energy has been placed over the world, and he says that it sends its little bitty sub soldiers to trigger you, right? It may show up in others, right? And if you're already in this energy, you may have a vision, you may have a feeling of when somebody broke your heart, right? And the best thing you do is to use the energy to heal yourself, right? You don't have to stay in the energy, right? You can use it against itself, right? That's normally what I would do. But today, this Dark Night of the Soul, like I said, it was telling you how that woman was. If y'all ever see that movie, Annihilation, please put in the comments how that thing was pressing up against her to where she couldn't breathe. She was trying to move. She blew that motherfucker up. That's so funny. Excuse me my language, but this it's giving that energy, like it'll come around and you know, show you a vision or make you feel a type of way, and then you'll stay there and it's like soaking up your energy, okay? And so yeah, that's what's being released and healed. And the more you love those versions of you that felt exiled, that felt taken advantage of, that felt hurt, that felt betrayed, that's all heart energy, okay? Betrayed by the world, betrayed by friends, betrayed by families, right? Family members, okay? The more you love on that and bring her home so that she can feel worthy, you know, your shadow is worthy, just like your divine self, right? Your shadow didn't ask to be what it was, okay? And so that's how you have compassion for people. That's how I live in my heart space with others, because somebody did that to them. And I just be like, you know, when I see people acting a damn fool, and I be like, oh my God, like, oh, I'm gonna get ready to cry, okay? That hurts me because somebody did that to them, and I just be like, wow, like, because I know what it feels like, right? Because somebody programmed me, right? And so you feel sad, at least for me. Take that if it resonates, okay? But that's how you got to have compassion for yourself, okay? What else, Spirit? What's the Three of Swords? Look, inner child. What I say? What I say? I was even feeling a little bit of inner jealousy also, because this newness that I'm experiencing, I was really happy, okay, that I'm able to recognize it, and I'm recognizing it easily. I'm working with it easily, okay? It's like I'm already filling in the blanks easily, and I felt a little bit of inner, I don't know, I've never felt it before either. Well, I've never recognized it, but I felt a little inner jealousy, like that version of me felt a little bit like I was leaving her behind or something. I felt that a little bit, and I was like, whoa, like, wait a minute now. And I'm like, we doing this together. I had to, you know, come on, boo, we doing this together. I felt that a little bit too. And that's internalized jealousy, okay? Because, you know, when you were a child, you could have had a light on you. You could have shined so bright, you know, and people were jealous of that. And so you could have internalized that jealousy, okay? That's what your shadow is. It's internalized fear, shame, guilt, hate, jealousy, lack, shame, defeat. That is your shadow. It's just internalized. And you just love her or him because it's not their fault. What is the inner child, Spirit? I felt this energy. Spirit, just confirming. Just confirming. And then the bottom of the deck energy is that you're working on it, because I was asking, like, what is this pertaining to? Like, why your name was like the bottom of the deck, then the Eight of Pentacles, and this is you rebuilding, okay? Like taking down things that how you say it again, Spirit? Or show me again. So you know how, like, reaping the harvest, right? You're going through the darkness, right? Wait, show me again, Spirit. I'm trying to explain this concept. Shoes. So when you heal, when you bring that version of you home, it's often hiding something from you. It's protecting something so that the inner child is not hurt or being exploited again, right? That's what the shadow is. It is built up energy of outside projections, right? So say, for instance, if you used to always sing as a little child and you stop singing, right? and then someone asks you to sing, and then you'll have a shadow version come up and you say, don't sing, because the last time they told you to sing, and remember what happened. And so it's trying to keep that energy, that version of you, your golden child, safe. It's trying to protect it, right? But the Queen of Wands, you are naturally energetic, vivacious. You know, you're naturally in that energy. Yeah, courageous, strong, funny, independent, confident, optimistic, feisty, always helping others, right? And so that's how kids are like that. They always want to help. My grandkids always want to help. Like, you want me to do it? You want me to do it? So this is the energy, like, and so when that shadow version of you is relaxed, right, which is your nervous system, right? So when your nervous system is relaxed, your inner child can, your golden child can play freely, right? It's free to explore. It's free to do what it needs to do, right? Because it knows that it's always protected. The angels are always with them. And that's why I think that's what they've been showing me in my dreams. Like, I'll go and I'll prepare a table for you. Holy shit. Because remember, 2 days ago, I told y'all that I had that dream about a table already being prepared for me. And they're just proving that to me so that I can just be safe in this realm. I want you all to know, this is just not for me. This is for you too. That's why I come on here to tell you all that, okay? So you can stand in your power, okay? This is just not something that's happening for me. There is no I in team, okay? We're all a part of each other, right? And so I go through this stuff and I post the videos so that you all can know we are all a part of this tree. This is all of us, all these little, this the nervous system, right? All of this is all of us, right? There is no separation in that, okay? Oh, Spirit. The world, changing the world. Oh, thank you, Spirit. Look at that. Internal happiness, emotional fulfillment. So, yeah, look at the guides. Look at the guides. Look at the guides. And you see, wow, they're so funny. My guides are amazing. Wow, they're helping you manifest this. You see how, like, they are behind this window? That's how it is in real life. Like, your loved ones, wow, your loved ones are watching you. They are guiding you. They are helping and assist you, okay? Tree of life, I'm not surprised. Yeah, they are helping you, okay? And so that's how it is for me when I'm doing mediumship. It seems like, wow, like they are not like the camera, right? The video, that's the only way I can explain that. That's how people, relatives show up to me. It's like they on the other side. They can't really touch me, right? They can't get past this barrier. And look at this. Something that you manifested. But don't allow, don't hold on to negative energies. Don't hold on to blaming shit on people, okay? Look at the Seven of Swords. Don't get stuck in that energy. That's why Spirit was like, it don't matter where it come from. And I felt that like when I got out the tub, I was like, where did this come from? And it was like, it don't matter. Like, you should be past that by now. And I'm definitely am, because I'm just like, it's like, you know, you gotta do it. 29 on there, so do it, right? It's 5 wands energy. Like, it's just like, you know, you gotta do it, so do it. Like, there's no purpose in asking where it come from, unless you need to understand more about it. But there is nothing else I needed to understand about it. Look at that. Angels protecting you everywhere you go. As I just said, they were preparing tables for you, protecting you everywhere you go, okay? And back at the 8 of Pentacles. And the King of Pentacles. Tables being prepared for you. So that was my advice, Spirit advice to you when you're going through a dark night of soul, okay? Allow that energy, okay? Because I kept asking all today, like, what are you hiding from me? Okay? I kept asking that. What are you hiding from me? Why are you telling me no? Get curious, right? That's that Fool card energy, right? Get curious. Stargate heart chakra opening, unlocking generosity. Oh, and so get curious about that. Like, what are you asking? Like, what are you hiding from me? What is it that you don't want me to know? What is it that you think you are keeping me safe from? Because I can do it my own self. Like, I know that my guides are here and we can do it, right? It's that energy, okay? Your Akashic records is open for you right now, okay? For you to tap into this space, like clearing old stories. Yes, releasing past lives, freedom. This energy has been out here a while. So if you're feeling that energy, allow it to be, because like I stated before, ask it questions like, what are you hiding from me? Not even hiding, like, what are you protecting me from? What is it that you think that's going to hurt me, right? You have to ask those questions, and you better believe it's going to answer, because it wants to rest. It wants to go home. It's tired, okay? We all tired out here. And you better believe he or she, your inner child, your inner shadow, is tired. It's like, I've been putting up this front for so long. Like, I've been standing at the gate with my dukes up. It's tired. And it wants to relax. It wants to sit down. It wants to just go take a, what is that? Blow bubble break. It's very funny. Very funny. It wants to do that, okay? And it's just like I can't rest, right? And then we wind up getting spiritually tired because, it can't rest, okay? And then we have soul star soul star activation, fulfillment, soul's contract, remembering who you are. And then you're able to tap into that space, because you better believe it's going to tell you, as I stated before, like, what are you protecting me from? And then we have Gaia gateway activation, learning experiences, wisdom transmission, Earth's intelligence, okay? So even with learning, I noticed that, like I said before in a previous video, I said that when I try to learn new things, man, this energy comes up in me. It's like, no, that don't make sense. I don't want to sit here and do that. I don't want to do this. Oh my God, this ain't right. Like, I don't understand these words. And I have to be like, oh, like, okay, like, relax, okay, one day at a time. We're going to listen to it for about 30 minutes, and then we're going to get a break. Then we're going to do like 20 minutes, and then we're going to get a break. And so I have to ease that into me when I'm learning something new, because this motherfucker will go off, and I would be like, okay. Like, and when oftentimes when it does that, it may be internalized fear of being the smart one, right? And so it may be the last time you learned something smart, right? You became the know-it-all, right? And you didn't like the way it feels. 33, you didn't like the way people teased you about it, right? And so it will prevent you from that, right? Because it doesn't want to get the to hurt the inner child anymore, right? And so we have Shambhala initiation, retreating to recharge, trusting the process, Dharma. Yeah, I'm all for it, Dharma. Like, let's get on the good side of that shit, right? Let's get on the good foot. Calls of a mentee, initiation, secrets revealed, treasures uncovered. As I was just saying, you get the treasures uncovered. This is my little bleach thing. Yeah, it's treasures up in the shadows. The treasures hidden in the shadows. Like, what are you hiding? Like, what are you protecting me from? Like, you have to ask those questions. I am presence, light body activation, access to the divine within. Ooh, I love this. I felt this in my heart. Look at that. That is just so beautiful. I love that. I love that. And even thank you for that with the spiritual ego, right? The spiritual ego, it wants to act like it's in charge, right? But it's not. You just love that home, right? You thank it. I thank you for being with me on my journey. That's what I had to do today. Like, I don't need you telling me nothing. And, thank you. for guiding me, but you can be quiet too. Like, come on, you can come on home too, because you don't exist either. Yeah, I told her my spiritual ego that you don't exist. Yeah, because it kept trying to like, that's not yours. You don't have to hold it all. Send it back. And I was just like, you know, checked in on my heart space. Like, is that really true for me? Like, and then he came back. And so I just knew that, you know, what was the point in me, like, continue to listening to that? There was none. And I often say, if some energy, especially because you're already protected, and if energy gets into you, gets around you, then sometimes you need to clear it, okay? And it really don't be mattering where it come from. Stargate heart chakra opening, unlocking generosity. And then I think I mentioned before in the video about people projecting and stuff like that. But if you know you did the healing, right? And remember I was talking about this, that archon energy that Rudolf Steiner speaks about, that's already out there. If you know you did the healing, right? If you know you already did it, and if you send that energy away and it goes away, then you know, wow, what was that? Then you know it definitely wasn't yours, okay? I know y'all just seen that. Okay, and then we have Order of Melchizedek. Embraced by light, mission uncovered, don't give up, okay? Look at that light within you. Don't give up, okay? Don't give up. Allow this energy to see. What is it hiding from you? What is it keeping from you? Like, what are you trying to protect me from, okay? Pay attention to y'all's intuition, to y'all clairvoyant space. Pay attention to y'all dreams. If you all need some help with them, you can put them in the comment section. My email address is there, okay? If you need any help. Thank you for being here, okay? Thank you for keep going, you know, on your journey and not giving up, okay? Like, you are the greatest gift to this world. Don't ever forget that. Because the path that you chose for yourself, it comes with perks too, okay? Everything just ain't always so damn hard. Astral realm. Everything ain't always hard. We have Pleiadian activation. Okay, you could be from Pleiadian. And ancestral realm. Karmic release, healing, and lineage boundaries, right? This is what I'm saying. Like, sometimes it don't even matter where it comes from. Those little nuances, it's just like, I don't even care anymore. It's just like, just come on. Like, you know what? That's what I notice about brown skinned women. I ain't trying to be racist, you know, racial, whatever this. I don't do that with this channel. But I know a lot of black women. I don't know about other Caucasian people, or we often take care of other people babies. That's something that is a wound that we have within us. I knew my mom did it. My grandmother did it. My great-grandmother did it. They took care of kids that were not theirs. I did it with my son's friends. I took care of them, you know, made sure that they were good. I fed them, you know, like, just made sure that they were good. My nieces and nephews, like, we do that. They're friends. And so I understood that that's something that we're clearing. And we, I don't know, it's something about us with kids, like, and how Spirit is showing me how we are, like, back in the slave days, how we used to breastfeed the people's kids. And so maybe that's something you're clearing right now, okay? Because that came up when I saw ancestral. So take that as it resonates. You don't have to be black and African American or whatever, indigenous or whatever, what have you, for that to resonate with, okay? You could be very well Caucasian and your mom could have took care of other kids better than she took care of you. I don't know why that's funny. Because the joke of life. But anyway, I love you all so much. Take care. Bye.